I would say it's a big challenge. I think a lot of times even just understanding what we need to do and how we need to go about it. Our industry likes to use a lot of acronyms and words that we don't always understand. So sometimes we have to look to understand what's going on and what is needed for us to actually do what we need to do.
Seems to be a moving target, really. It seems as soon as you feel like you understand one part of it, you learn about another part, and there appears to be different levels to it, and you just seem to learn more every day at this point. I don't know that anybody's a true expert at it. You take the information that you can gather and apply it to your business, and then try to make the best decisions that you possibly can.
EMV is going to be a very costly project for most single-site operators. Folks are looking at new dispensers already, and they're terrified about the cost associated with putting in new dispensers at their locations.
One of the issues regarding the EMV technology that concerns us, obviously, is the expense of it. And our business is in the decision-making process to try to determine, do we need to buy new dispensers? Do we need to install a new chip readers outside to read these cards? The burden of expense for a small operator is great.
When we learned about the extent of the expenses and the impact that could be, there was a big issue for our company. It's a cost of doing business that really wasn't planned on at this time in the life cycle of the business.
The dealers I deal with, they are not that big, and it's hard for them to come up with the money. So it's really challenging that we have to provide the financial support to our dealers.
It's an expensive proposition when you have to basically change all your infrastructure. Everybody's trying to find a way to leverage these choices and investments we're having to make to try to get some type of return out of it in our business. So it's just not a dead expense.
I think there's going to be situations, obviously, in the beginning with people leaving their cards in there, forgetting to take them out. During transition time frame, there's a knowledge that has to be had in regards to, oh, well, if it's during this transitional period and your card has a chip on it, you swipe it and then you go through the whole transaction, and then you realize, oh, well, it's an EMV card, you have to do the whole thing over again.
You know, people get frustrated sometimes. Some people are nice, some people get frustrated. They don't want the change. They don't like the change, you know, they want to stick with their old ways. So that's the main challenge, is teaching customers.
Consumer education is just going to be a huge hurdle to get over. And I'm really unclear at this point how we're going to educate that consumer on how to do that process, how to use that process, and maybe even try to find other ways to do it, utilizing things like contactless method of payments, NFC technologies and things like that.
I think the biggest challenges for implementing EMV is going to be the scheduling. The equipment needs to be ordered, and then, you know, there's a lead time on that, and once the equipment comes in, then the tech visit needs to be scheduled. There's downtime at the site, you know, for that initial installation.
My biggest concerns really is around timing. When liability shifts change, you know, having the pieces in place, you know, to be secure. I mean, our position at Sheetz is, let's get our point-to-point encryption in play. It's all about protecting the brand. So, you know, the timing of all the pieces coming together, getting it into the field, and then, you know, starting to get that out to the masses is going to be key. And